Hello and welcome. Happy Independence Day to everybody out there, including those of you who are in other countries. I'm sorry if you're watching from Europe and you stayed up to watch this. There were quite a few delays in getting this done, including having to take Kevin Lee daughter out for her birthday. So today's drinking words. Hi, Cam. Today's drinking words are going to be heritage or history. Anytime he mentions heritage or history, that's what's going to happen. If you'd like to join us in the chat room, please do. Very simple to do. The best place to chat is on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com/KevinLeeFather. Here it comes right there. youtube.com/KevinLeeFather. You should be able to find the live feed there. Obviously, it's up because there's people in the chat room. You cannot click on that chat window over there where you see Cam and hi Debbie, hi Zig, hi Green Room. Thanks for staying up so late. Green Room's over in Ireland. Hi Collins Jackson family. Good morning to you too. We're going to have an extravaganza here. And for some of you, it's the 5th of July already. So celebrate that. And again, the drinking words are history and heritage. Looks like we're up on all the platforms. Hello to everybody watching on Twitch and Periscope and Facebook. Let's get going there. Hi, Kim. Good to see you. This is the president of the... I'm going to call it the States.
Members of Congress, members of my cabinet and my fellow Americans, the First Lady and I are delighted to welcome you to the second annual Salute to America.
We've had the 4th of July for a while now.
On this wonderful day, we celebrate our history, our heroes, our heritage.
Double drink, history and heritage.
Flag, and our freedom.
Woo!
Happy 4th of July to everyone. I want to thank the U.S. Army Golden Knights for that truly awe-inspiring display, tremendous talent. The Golden Knights and every member of the armed forces here this evening, we just want to say that you have earned the eternal gratitude of our entire
That's C-SPAN pausing. That's not me sometimes on the replays. They do that.
244 years ago in Philadelphia, the 56 signers of our Declaration of Independence pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to boldly proclaim this eternal truth that we are all made equal by God.
Hey, Marfa. Hey, Allison.
Thanks to the courage of those patriots on July 4th, 1776.
Six. You can finish
the
it.
American Republic stands today as the greatest,
David,
most
hello?
exceptional,
I'm going to
most
actually...
virtuous.
David, I've got something very impressive for you. So if you're trying to impress somebody, it's coming. David's Pugs are actually bringing you this broadcast today, so that's very important. They're big fans of the show, and I just wanted to give a shout-out to David's Pugs. And any other animals in the house with David, including that cat. So thank you very much, David. Hang on. I have something coming for you, and it is processing. So in 41 minutes and 20 seconds... we're going to impress the heck out of your people there. All right, back to the broadcast.
This nation in the history of the world. Our workers,
Hey, well, Black.
Our factories,
Devin,
have
Shannon.
revolutionized industries and lifted
Shannon's watching all the way from England,
millions
apparently.
into prosperity. Our artists,
Bye, Zig.
architects, and engineers have inspired the globe with transcendent works of beauty. American heroes defeated the Nazis,
Is this the same speech as yesterday?
dethroned the fascists, toppled the communists, saved American values, upheld American principles,
Principles?
and chased down the terrorists to the very ends of the earth. We are
I know, Shannon. I know. It's a July the 4th joke for you.
now in the process of defeating the radical left, the
Hey, Casey.
Marxists, the anarchists,
Oh, I actually so I was watching Asen's feed, Asen on Twitter. If you want to catch the latest, Aaron Rupar is one, and then Asen's another. It's at ACYN. Asen captures a lot of stuff. I saw this part, and it's quite frankly, it's disturbing. So we're going to take a look at it in just a second, but ready your ears for this. Just listen carefully, because this is, quite frankly, it's shocking. And again, Independence Day. Let's bring America together.
We are
hey,
now
Chris.
in the process of defeating the radical left, the Marxists, the anarchists, the agitators, the looters, and people who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing.
Now in the process of defeating the radical left. And who are the radical left? That's the Democrats. Just about every time he says radical left, it's followed by Democrats. He's talking about defeating Americans on Independence Day. Americans. His political enemies. That's not what Independence Day is about. It isn't your job to ask America and brag about America defeating your political enemies. That's what Russia, the Ukraine, and China are for.
Our inventors, scientists,
hey, Chris.
doctors,
Devin.
and researchers
Stephanie, hi.
have improved the lives of billions and billions of people all around the world. Our brave astronauts planted the American flag on the moon, and America will be the first nation to
Land on Mars.
land on Mars.
There you go.
All Americans living today are the heirs of this magnificent legacy. We are
The heirs are human.
the descendants of the most daring and courageous people ever to walk on the face of the earth. We inherit their towering confidence, unwavering enthusiasm, their unbridled ambition, and their unrelenting.
So he's having a tough time reading today, and you can always tell because he hangs to his left on the teleprompter, which is, that's my left, that's also his left, so that works. Usually it's backwards, but if you catch him going right and then right back to the left, he's not confident about what he's reading.
This is the untamed spirit that built this glorious nation, and this is the spirit that burns brightly within the soul of every American patriot.
Hi, Goldie.
That is why we pay tribute to generations of American heroes whose names have etched on our monuments and memorials.
Whose names have etched? Let's go back.
To generations of American heroes.
By the way, I've got, there's music, live music playing at a park near here. So if it's too loud on the microphone, I can't tell. Let me know and I'll shut the door over there. But maybe you're enjoying it.
Whose names have etched on our monuments and memorials.
Yeah, that wasn't English.
Tribute to generations of American heroes whose names have etched on our monuments and
have etched. Just like, how do you read something and not realize what you're saying? He's President Ron Burgundy.
Memorials.
There's just so little self-awareness of what's coming out of his mouth.
Of history, and in the hearts of a very grateful people. We will never allow an angry mob to tear down our statues, erase our history, indoctrinate our children, or trample on our freedoms.
Devin, you can drink for any word you want to. If you want to drink for monuments, go right ahead. If you want to drink for statues, that's good too. If you want to drink for heroes, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, the reporters have some masks.
Our values, traditions, customs, and beliefs.
Here's Michael's.
We will teach our children to cherish and adore their country so that they can build its future. Together we will fight
Any slur and you can take a drink, we'll all be drunk in 5 minutes. This will be the broadcast in 5 minutes' time. I don't know if you guys could still see me.
For the American dream, and we will defend.
Goldie, the is my safety word, just in case we ever, saying.
And protect and preserve American way of life, which began in 1492 when Columbus discovered America.
So screw you, native peoples who are here.
Jobs and companies are coming back to our country like never before. The power of tariffs being imposed on foreign lands that took advantage of the United
States. The C-SPAN pausing, guys, not me.
For decades and decades have enabled us to make great trade deals where there were none. Tens of billions of dollars are now paid to the United States Treasury by these same countries.
That is not true. Tariffs are not paid by the countries upon which the tariffs are given. The tariffs are paid by the importers bringing the goods into the country. The other country paying the tariffs would be like you going to Kroger, buying a loaf of bread, and them giving you 25 cents in tax. It makes no sense.
But there and then, we got hit by the virus that came from China.
Okay, so he's talking about the virus and blaming China.
And we've made a lot of progress. Our strategy is moving along well.
Our strategy is absolutely sucking. How can he say that's insane? Here's our progress, guys. Hold on. I got the New York Times up on the left screen here. There it is. That's our progress. April, we had a high of 33,000 cases. Yesterday, 53%, or 53,000 cases, almost 54,000 cases. That's not progress. That red line is a 7-day rolling average. How have we done in the last 14 days with this progress? Why, our 14-day change is plus 89%. So, does he think that's the stock market? That's progress.
It goes out.
You go out.
In one area and rears back its ugly face in another area.
Speaking of ugly faces.
We've learned a lot. We've learned how to put out the flame.
Have we learned how to put out the flame? Can I show you something? Can I just take a moment of your time and show you something? Does this look like we're putting out the flame?
We've made ventilators where there were none by the tens of thousands, to the point that we
had 19,000 ventilators to start with, and that turned out to be just about enough to handle the initial surge.
Have far more than we need, and we are now distributing them to many foreign countries.
You might want to hold on to those for Texas and Florida, buddy.
As a gesture of goodwill.
Countries like Russia.
Likewise, testing. There were no tests for a new virus.
What? He usually gets that wrong.
But now we have tested almost 40 million people. By so doing, we show cases, 99% of which are totally harmless. Results that no other country can show because...
So right now, with the testing that we're doing, and we're at about 34 million, it looks like. I'll give you an exact number in a second. God damn, I'm good. 34.21 million is how many tests we've given. That doesn't mean 34.21 million people. That means about 20 to 25 million people, because you test somebody who gets it multiple times. And sometimes even if they don't have it, they test again. So that's not 40 million people. That's 25, roughly, million people. And this whole 99% are fine, that is absolute bullshit. We've got right now in the United States about a 5% death rate. Worse than many, many countries. So if he starts talking about mortality rate, that is also bullshit.
There's no other country is testing that we have, not in terms of the numbers or in terms of the quality.
That's nonsense with the quality.
And now, just like everything else, we have become the manufacturer record for ventilators. We have the most and finest testing anywhere in the world. And we are producing gowns and masks and surgical equipment in our country, where heretofore it was almost exclusively made in foreign lands. And
Trump has never said the words heretofore before, except reading from a speech.
Particular China, where ironically,
let's go back on this.
It was almost exclusively made in foreign lands, in particular China, where ironically this virus and others came from.
That's not irony.
China's secrecy.
That's ironic that he says that.
Deceptions and cover-up allowed it to spread all over the world. 189 countries.
He's wrong.
And China must be held fully accountable.
He was right. For about a month, he kept saying 188. Suddenly, he switched to 189.
We are now doing unbelievably well and are in deep testing on vaccines, treatments, and therapeutics.
Deep testing? Deep testing on vaccines? Is that a thing? That might be a thing. I don't know.
I want to send our thanks to the scientists and researchers around the country and even around the world who are at the forefront of our historic effort to rapidly develop and deliver life-saving treatments and ultimately a vaccine. We are unleashing our nation's scientific brilliance and will likely have a therapeutic and/or vaccine solution long before the end of the year. We're very grateful to be joined this evening by Americans battling on the front lines to kill the virus. I just want to say,
go ahead,
that America thanks you. Please stand, please. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great, brilliant people.
Thank you.
These are great and brilliant people. Thank you. And brave people. Our movement is based on lifting all citizens to reach their fullest God-given potential. Never forget, we are one family and one nation. This rich heritage belongs to every citizen.
Okay, while he's pausing, I wanted to show you guys, I hope I can do this. David, if you're watching, you are the sponsor of today's fantastic 4th of July Trump scavaganza. And if that person you want to impress is watching, hopefully this will do it. It is not doing it. Hold on. I have no idea what's going on now. Okay, come back. Hello. You get what you pay for, David. Okay, so I'm going to set that up again. And at some point in the broadcast, David, hopefully someone you know will be impressed.
Young and old, first generation American. We want to go from first generation to 10th generation. It matters not. We are American. We are from the USA.
What was that all about?
This great heritage belongs to citizens of every background and of every
creed?
Walk of life.
Oh, walk of life, sure.
No matter our race, color, religion, or creed, we are one America, and we put America first.
And I'm going to try this a second time. David! Happy Explosions Day, sponsored by Patriot David M. There we go, and that's the opener. We don't need the opener. So, okay, back to this. So, David, hopefully somebody you know was impressed by that. Everybody say thank you to David for sponsoring today's broadcast. And David's plugs.
We will not allow anyone to divide our citizens by race or background. We will not allow them to foment hate, discord, and distrust. We will hold fast and true to the sacred loyalties that link us all
together like
as neighbors, as Americans, and as patriots. In every age, there have always been those who seek to lie about the past in order to gain power in the present. Those that are lying about our history, those who want us to be ashamed of who we are, are not interested in justice or in healing. Their goal is demolition. Our goal is not to destroy the greatest structure on earth, what we have built.
Structures?
The United States of America.
True, Marcy.
To build a future where every family is safe, where every child is surrounded by love, where every community has equal opportunity, and every citizen enjoys great and everlasting dignity. Our past is not...
You know, as if their lives mattered. Every community. David, are you even in here? Did you see that?
Not a burden to be cast away. It is not a miraculous foundation that will lift us to the next great summit.
Go ahead.
Of human endeavor.
Boy, C-SPAN is really bad today.
The story of American progress is the story of each generation, picking up where the last finished, linked by time, by fate, and the eternal bonds of our national affection. Those who
is he hitting on me?
Sever those bonds would cut us off from the wisdom, the courage, the love, and the devotion that gave us everything we are today and everything
we are tomorrow.
We strive for tomorrow.
Is he talking about statues again?
Let that happen. We will not throw away our heroes. We will honor them, and we will prove worthy.
Yeah, this is a second day in a row he's speaking about statues. That's his campaign speech, is the statue speech. That's how he's going to beat Joe Biden and the rest of the radical left Democrats.
Of their sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't think C-SPAN's having a technical issue. I think the video literally has to pause every few seconds and go like, oh, crap, hold on. Okay, guys, here you go.
These are great heroes. Let me also say a word to those in the media who falsely and consistently label their opponents as racists.
And by opponents, he means him. He's the opponent of the media in his head.
Who condemn.
That's exactly what C-SPAN's doing.
Citizens who offer a clear and truthful defense of American unity. That's what our people are doing. We want a clear and faithful defense of American history.
History. So the people doing the unity, those are the ones saying, go back to where you came from. Is that the send her back, send her back, those are the people with the unity. You damn media, you enemy of the people.
And we want unity. When you level these false charges,
you need to unify, you asshole.
You not only slander me, you not only slander
slander me, it's about Trump. Everything is about Trump.
The American people, but you slander generations of heroes who gave their lives.
Nope, just you.
America.
You know, the one who didn't join the military, who doesn't have any family members who joined the military. You know, that type of sacrifice, that kind of unity.
You slander people much braver and more principled than you.
You're
slandering the young men who raised the flag at Iwo Jima and those who perished fighting for freedom in the Civil War. You slander them. You are...
What about the ones who weren't fighting for freedom in the Civil War? What about the ones who were fighting for slavery and oppression in the Civil War? Can we not honor them anymore? That's a...
Dishonoring...
Blah, blah, blah. Hey, Katrina.
Their great legacy and their memory by insisting that they fought for racism. And
No, the United States, they fought against racism. I mean, they were still racist. Let's face it, this country was founded by racists, but they were fighting slavery. So can we just draw a line of, if you fought against the United States, we shouldn't put statues of you up in public places? Can we just draw that line? Someone wants to do it on their private land, that's fine. But the government of the United States shouldn't be celebrating people who tried to kill the United States. It's not really that...
They fought for oppression. They didn't fight for those things.
They didn't fight, they fought.
For the exact opposite. We will not let the legacy of these heroes be tarnished by you. The more you lie, the more you slander, the more you try to demean and divide,
hey, Airbus,
the more we will...
Oh, what are you going to do? He's still talking to the media, by the way.
To tell the truth, and we will win.
It's not really a war.
The more you lie and demean and collude, the more credibility you lose.
And when there's a pandemic and the media is trying to tell people to wear masks, I've degraded their trust in the media enough so that we have... Well, I'll show you what happens when you degrade the trust in the media and all the people in charge. That's what you get. So congratulations, Donald Trump, continuing exactly what Putin's been trying to do for years.
We want to bring the country together, and a free and open media will make this task a very easy one. Our country will be united. After all, what do we all want?
I want you to stop attacking the free press.
We want a strong military, great education, housing, low taxes, law and order. We want safety. We want equal...
There's like one person in the back going, yeah!
Housing,
listen for her. Yeah.
Low taxes, law and order. We want safety. We want equal justice. We want religious liberty. We want faith and family and living in great communities and happy communities and safe communities. And we want great jobs, and we want to be respected by the rest of the world, not taken advantage of.
I have some ideas on being respected by the rest of the world. I'm saving them for about 130 days from now.
By the rest of the world, which has gone on for decade after decade.
Yeah.
We should all want the same thing. How can it be any different than those things? The more bitter you become, the more we will appeal to love and patriotism, and the more we will...
So for the last 5 minutes during an Independence Day speech, he has been appealing to love and patriotism of the media.
Rise above your hate to build a better future for every child in our great country. To celebrate America's majestic inheritance, yesterday I signed an executive order to create a brand new monument to our most beloved icons, the National Garden.
Yeah, I thought he said National Guard yesterday.
Heroes
it's the garden.
Vast outdoor park that will feature the statues of the greatest Americans who have ever lived. We will honor extraordinary citizens from every community and from every place and from every part of our nation. Great men and great women, people that we can look up to forever. Families will be able to walk
among the heroes?
among the statues of titans, and we have already selected the first 30 legacies.
Oh,
and
can you read
30
every one of them?
legends.
Are we done attacking the media?
And why don't we start with a man who's been very unfairly treated, who 2 years ago, 3 years ago, especially 5 or 6 years ago, people would have said it's impossible to even attempt to try and disturb his incredible legacy and success.
Hey, Patricia.
George Washington.
Especially 5 or 6 years ago? What did George do something special 5 or 6 years ago?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah?
Betsy Ross. Alexander Hamilton. Benjamin Franklin. John Adams. James Madison. Dolly Madison. The great Frederick Douglass.
I'm hearing good things about him.
Abraham Lincoln. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain.
Sorry, we're not done.
Clara Barton. Daniel Boone. Davy Crockett. Henry Clay. Susan B. Anthony. Booker T. Washington. Orville and Wilbur Wright,
Who are dead?
looking down, and you're going to see some planes like you have never seen before, because we build them better than anybody in the world. Greatest Air Force, the greatest fighters, the greatest everything. You're going to be seeing something. I just wonder what Orville and Wilbur would have been thinking if they ever got to see that. But they're looking, they're checking it out right now along with us. Amelia Earhart.
Is she looking too?
A great, great athlete. No matter where he went, he was the best athlete, Jackie Robinson.
Not Muhammad Ali? Did he say Muhammad Ali yesterday? Why am I thinking?
George S. Patton, General Patton. He didn't know how to lose. He didn't know how to lose. General Douglas MacArthur.
MacArthur.
Audie Murphy.
MacGyver.
The great Billy Graham.
Graham. Grame.
An incredible man, respected by everybody. Martin Luther King.
Junior.
President Ronald Reagan.
Reagan.
Krista McAuliffe.
Christie. Was it Krista?
And Antonin Scalia.
Antonin Scalia. The conservative justice?
So those are just a few of the people we'll be naming, and things are subject to change. But once we make that decision, those great names are going to be up there, and they're never coming down. They have just been an...
I was wrong. It is Krista McCauley. I always thought it was Christy McAuliffe. I'm not an American. What do you expect? But it was Krista McAuliffe. Astronaut, of course.
incredible group, and we are going to do this in a very democratic way, frankly. We're going to take names and suggestions. We're going to have committees, and we're going to pick the greatest people that this country has ever known.
And then we're going to have all of America vote on it, and then we're going to have Electoral College decide which ones get in. Go ahead and
the
take
most
it. There you
respected
go.
people, the people that helped us the most, and the people that we can look up to, and that our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren can
What
look
about
up
Ulysses?
to into the future. And they can say, isn't America just a tremendous place?
I can't
So
say that
thank you.
now?
That'll be very exciting.
I'm good with that now. It is. It's tremendous. I live here.
Patriots who built
I have a
our
flag.
country were not villains. They were heroes whose courageous deeds improved the earth beyond measure.
It's a good point, Stephanie. Where are the Native Americans? Where are the Code Talkers? I mean, come on. Where's Pocahontas, for God's sake?
The beauty
I mean,
and the glory of our
Lewis and Clark.
constitutional system is that it gives us the tools to fight injustice, to heal division, and to continue the work of our founding fathers by expanding and growing the blessings of America. If you believe in justice, if you believe
Thanks for watching, Shannon. We'll see you next time.
in freedom, if you believe in peace, then you must cherish the principles of our founding and the
Fathers?
text of our Constitution.
What?
Then you must cherish the principles of our founding and the text of our Constitution. It's our founding and our Constitution.
We weren't founded on the Constitution at all.
It is a firm foundation upon
Okay, so that's what happened. He read
which all
founding. It was supposed to say Constitution. He read founding because foundation was further down. So that's what happened there.
of our. If you believe in peace,
And that's why he tried to cover it up with the verbal kitty litter, with the text of our Constitution.
then you must cherish the principles of our founding and the text of our Constitution. It's our founding and our Constitution. It is
It is
a
not.
firm foundation upon
Oh, it's a foundation. Yes, and it's a
which
Constitution.
all progress is achieved. That's why our country is so strong, even despite terrible things that happen over the generations.
To you?
Here this evening are a number of heroes who risked their own lives to uphold these values and to keep our communities and our country safe.
The
We are
voicemail
joined
of our
by the
Constitution.
outstanding law enforcement
Officers, enforcement.
officers
There you
who
go.
have been able to fight on the front lines, protecting our cities, many of them facing down
Violent left-wing Democrats.
assaults from very bad people. We are especially moved to be joined by the family of a great man, fallen officer David Dorn, a
Yep, St. Louis.
38-year veteran of the St. Louis Police Department who was killed last month in the city he devoted his life to defending. And to David's great family, I want to thank you very much. The American people will always support the courageous men and women of law enforcement, and nobody embodies that better than David. Thank you very much. Please.
Okay, so that's the family of David Dorn, the fallen officer. Hold on, let me get me out of here. Arthur, that's why they call him President Dump.
And David is looking down right now, and he is so proud of you, and he loves you so much. And thank you for being here. It's a great man. It's a great man. Finally, tonight, we will salute the greatness and loyalty and valor of the men and women who have defended our independence for 244 years.
Thanks, Maru. Keep going. You can do it.
We will honor the amazing men and women of the United States military.
Oh, finally we're honoring the military. It's about
Never
time.
in history has a nation used so much power to advance so much good. Battlefields across the world and here at home are marked with the gravestones of young patriots.
Yeah, whatever. Us Canadians burned down the White House, mother.
Who spent their final valiant moments on this earth to secure
Also, we lost at the Alamo.
liberty and peace.
America. I'm dual, so.
Every child should be taught the military heroes who fought and died to make us free. These are great, great people. These are great, great heroes indeed.
Wait, did he say history? I'm taking a drink anyway. Sorry it's pausing so often, guys. That's C-SPAN.
And our greatest leaders and heroes should be recognized and even immortalized for coming generations to see. You know that. This will make
For coming generations to see. You know that. What?
our country even stronger, long into the future. In a few moments, we will bear witness to awesome aircraft representing every major military conflict over the last 75 years. These planes once launched off massive aircraft carriers in the fiercest battles of World War II. They raced through the skies of Korea's MiG Alley. They carried American warriors into the dense fields and jungles of Vietnam. They delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that, sweeping. It was swift and it was...
And swip. It was swip. We're going to swip you out of here, Americans.
To the dense fields and jungles of Vietnam. They delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that, sweeping. It was...
We don't know that sweeping. No. And they swept and swept them like the 1968 Los Angeles Doofers.
Swift, and it was sweeping like nobody's ever seen anything happen. A victory in Operation...
Verbal kitty litter. Just lay a turd and cover it up. Let's listen to that again.
You know that sweep. They carried American warriors into the dense fields and jungles of Vietnam. They delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that, sweeping. It was swift and it was sweeping like nobody's ever seen anything happen.
Yeah, it's okay if you misread something, which we all do all the time. They delivered a swift and sweeping that you don't have to try and cover it up. We all know what you did. We have ears.
A victory in Operation Desert Storm.
They bought Swiffers and cleaned up the desert like nothing. All the sand in Vietnam.
A lot of you were involved in that. A lot of you were involved. That was a quick one. And they've gone on to dangerous missions all around the world to take out enemy terrorists and bring our soldiers home safely. As you know, we've killed this last year the two leading terrorists of the last 10 years. Al-Baghdadi and Soleimani killed, gone, over.
It's 2010, and within the last 10 years, we took out Obama took out Osama bin Laden. See? I corrected it, and then I didn't have to make something up. I mean, I didn't make that up. Osama took out Obama took... See? And that's okay. I don't have to spend 20 minutes... Yeah, so now I guess we've just discounted Osama bin Laden. It's... didn't happen.
We have worked to fully rebuild the armed forces of the United
Thank you, Allison. That's very nice of you. By the way, if anybody else wants to be a patron and sponsor and get a really cool opening like David did that he probably didn't see, because we haven't heard from him. Oh, there you are, David. Did you see your opening? Then you can go to kevinleefather.com and become a patron. Most of the people in the chat room are patrons. And if you'd like to be a patron and you're watching, you're welcome to. You don't even have to chat. So please, kevinleefather.com. Or you can do paypal.me/kevinleedad. And you can make a one-time contribution there, like David's Pugs did.
United States, no enemy on earth stands a chance. $2.5 trillion we've invested, all made in the USA. We've never had anything near the power and the equipment that we have right now. We did that over the last 3 years. Everywhere these aircraft have flown, they've rained down American thunder, delivered
Is that what we're calling bombs now?
American justice, and they have fiercely defended every square inch of American sovereignty. In their steel frames, broad wings, and roaring engines, we see the story of America's daring defiance, its soaring spirit, and undying resolve. Throughout our history, our country has been tested and tried, but we have always fought to victory. Whenever our way of life has been threatened,
Didn't he just mention Vietnam?
our ancestors have
War of 1812, where Canada burned down the fucking White House? Victory!
responded with the same resounding
What? Resounding what?
answer as those first patriots who fought for independence. We are Americans, and we never back down, we never give in, and we never give up,
Unless it's Vietnam.
and we will never yield defense of our nation. We love our nation.
Unless it's the Alamo, then we
We will only fight to win. Today, we thank God for the gift of life and for the blessing of liberty. We honor the legends of our history, the glories of our founding fathers, and the giants of the past, and the heroes
of
today, who keep us safe, who keep us strong and proud, and who keep us free.
Also airplanes, and we're going to spend about 7 minutes attacking the media. So that's what we're doing today, kids.
Once again, happy July 4th to all. Our country is in great shape.
This is the shape our country is in right now. This is not the hearts and the minds and the souls of the country, the actual people of the country. This is the shape that we're in today. There it is. 89% upward change in the last 2 weeks. That's the shape of the country. At least he mentioned the coronavirus and the tremendous progress we're making.
Military has never been stronger.
And again, 1% survival or 1% death, as he said, it's 99% of people are going to be 1% of the country is 3.3 million people dead. And if that happens, he's going to be. This is the thing. I hate it when doctors like Fauci or anybody else says, Chris Murphy over here at the University of Washington says, you know what? We could have as many as 100,000 cases in a day. We might. But here's the thing. As soon as you give a number that might happen, two things are going to happen. It's going to be dismissed because, they've been wrong about these other projections. It's not going to change anything. Nobody who isn't wearing a mask is going to start wearing a mask. The other thing that's going to happen is if we get to 90,000 in a day, but we never hit that 100,000, that's going to be his campaign. They said that we would have, and we stopped that. We shut off travel from China, and we saved millions of lives by not getting to 100,000. We're at 54,000. That's bad enough. We should be concentrating on how bad it is right now and keep it from getting worse. But I like Dr. Fauci, don't get me wrong.
And many, many good things are going to happen. Next year will be one of the greatest years we've ever had. I want to thank our men and women. They are so good, of the National Park Service, Air Traffic Control.
I didn't know that was a quote from Jesus, Wolfgang. Thank you for sharing that. Wolfgang says, I prefer music without lyrics. Words just confuse and divide people. Give us the bestow of sound. Jesus. Jesus said that. So you learned something.
And the United States military, God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless our heroes.
Uh-huh.
God bless America. And
Yeah.
now let the flyovers begin. Thank you very much.
Yay! People have kids there, and no masks. That is a sparse crowd. This looks like the general public here because this is the bulletproof glass. And then across here, what are they looking at? So there, okay, so is that the Capitol building back there? I've never been to Washington, D.C. I've only looked at maps of... I have been to Washington, D.C. We were going to tour Washington, D.C. in 1980 or 81. I think it was 1980. And it snowed. And we were stuck at our friend's house for like 4 days. There was no tour of the Capitol. But that is a sparse...
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're
please
gonna
welcome
hold-
world-renowned air show announcer Rob.
All right, we'll let the air show go in the background there. Jefferson Memorial, thank you, Cam. And the Lincoln Memorial is right around there, too. And, of course, that is the Washington Monument. I know that much. I'm just not sure of the topography of the area. Oh, okay, Dee Dee said something. And live from New York, it's Saturday. It is, but there's no... It's July 4. So I used to get so mad when I was a kid, and they'd take, like, American Thanksgiving off on Saturday Night Live. Like, it's not even the real Thanksgiving, guys. Knock it off. Oh, so there's going to be an air show here. All right. There you go. There's some airplanes. That's taxpayer money just being, our national debt is insane right now. Hold on. National debt. Remember, Trump said he was going to get rid of the national debt in 8 years. And he got there with... There we go. That'll be a good look. He got there... And it was $19 trillion when Trump took office just over 3 years ago. And he was going to get rid of it in 8 years. Well, here's where we are today, folks. $26.5 trillion in the national debt. This year, U.S. federal spending deficit is $6 trillion. Obama got it down to $500 billion. Trump, $6 trillion in U.S. federal spending deficit. I might be lying about that. Sorry, it's 2.8. It's half that because that's the spending without the income. So hold on, I can show you guys that too. Can I? It doesn't. Just trust me. I can see it. You can't. Oh, maybe you can. If I do this, I always like to verify. There it is. That's the budget versus the spending. That's the deficit is the $2.835 trillion. So. That's 6 times Obama's deficit. But, those Democrats spend. You have the tax cut to thanks for that, and we have Trump's lack of action with the coronavirus. Let's spend money on the statue gardens. Yeah, that's what we need. We need a statue garden and airplanes. Let's go back to the airplanes, guys. Nobody wants to look at the federal deficit clock. By the way, I hope you all have been saving up because at this point, every single man, woman, child living in the United States, citizen or not, owes $80,000 on the national debt. And that's growing, as you saw, by the minute. Let's see here. Yeah, Putin can take care of the statues. Good point, Green Room. All right, let's do, guys, while the airplanes are flying by, let's do a Billy Joel Madness and see what won yesterday. Let me prep that over here on this screen while you guys talk amongst yourself. Yeah, no, once Mexico pays for the wall, 45 lies, it should all even out, because they're going to pay, what, $7 trillion for the wall? So he's got it all worked out. Who am I to judge? I'm certainly not Judge Scalia, who wanted to take away abortion rights, etc. So we had a vote on It's Still Rock and Roll to Me against Just the Way You Are. I assume Rich is still in the room, so let's go ahead and do his opening. David, let me know if you saw your opening, because I'm curious. Here we go. Here's the opening sequence to Billy Joel Madness. Let's see if it works. Yay, it's working. There we go. So that's Rich Mack sponsoring there. Producer Rich Mack. I can make this happen. There we go. So yesterday, Piano Man won. So we're looking, who's Piano Man going to play in the Elite Eight? Well, it's going to be Still Rock and Roll to Me or Just the Way You Are. I looked earlier in the day and it was way too close to call. So David, did you saw your intro? Okay, is that person, do we still need to impress that person? Because I'll play that intro again. I don't care. That's the kind of wild man I am on July the 4th after all those histories and heritages. Here we go. Let's take a look at, I can drag this over. Here are the results from yesterday. Still Rock and Roll to Me versus Just the Way You Are. Let's scroll down, and Rock and Roll is still in the game. 57-43. So let's go to the brackets and make a winner there. Boo, this should work. The winner, Rock and Roll, 57-43. That's a pretty good victory because it was tied earlier today. So good to see that. So in the next round, we got Piano Man versus It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Let's see what our next battle is over in the Eastern Conference. It's going to be, let's see. We do those. How do I go down from here? Oh, I got to use the other screen. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, it's going to be Lullaby or Good Night, Sweet Angel, and New York State of Mind. I'm going to guess right off the bat here that New York State of Mind is going to win that one. So I'll put that up in a second, guys. Go ahead and get in there and vote. Hey, Danielle. Danielle, you're on a video date. How'd it go? Like a date? Video date? Let us know how it went, Danielle. Good to see you. You missed all the moderation. So, guys, if you swore and it didn't get through, that's on Danielle. Let me go ahead and get the Billy Joel stuff up here so you guys can go and vote right away. Danielle, tell us how your date went, if it is an actual video date. And I can do this. And what did we say it was? Lullaby. Versus and New York State of Mind, which I'm gonna predict is gonna take this one pretty easily, but maybe not, because I never know. Let's save that, share here. You guys talk amongst yourselves. This just takes me a second, and boom, full bracket. Don't need that. Brackert. You guys can't see what I'm typing anyway, so I'm making fun of myself. Okay. Good night, my angel. I'm not a good typist. And then I will let you guys go for the holiday. I don't think we're going to be broadcasting tomorrow because I don't know that anything is going to happen that's worth broadcasting, but I will be doing some work, I'm sure. Okay, we're just going to call it this. Let me move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing here. There we go. Good Night Angel versus New York State of Mind. Boom. I'm a pretty fast typist. And that tweet is now live, so if you go to my Twitter page, which is @KevinLeeFather, or you type in the hashtag @BillyJoelMadness, which looks like this, then you should be able to go right to the latest vote. And if you go to top, which is this here, if you go to top, you're going to see one of the older votes. But if you go to latest, that's the way Twitter works, you're going to see the latest votes. Let's see here. I kind of wanted to be here instead. Oh, Danielle, that's sad, but true. Thanks for your honesty. We all want. Oh yeah, the bad lyric. I didn't even come. You know what happened is several people DM'd me, several people instant messaged me, and you all got the problem that I have with what was the song now? Just the Way You Are. And several people said they have the issue with it. And I was going to give away a prize, but I'm not even going to give away the prize because everybody got the right answer. Oh, okay. Danielle, thanks for letting the shit comment through. It's I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. As the lyric, it's like you're going to be together for like 40 years. You should want clever conversation. And Billy, we know you're clever. And you don't have to work hard to be clever. We've heard some of your lyrics. It's not like that Sting fellow, da. He's not clever. Sing along on Kevin. Yeah, I know. Somebody had suggested, I think it was Rich, said we should do a Zoom meeting with all the patrons. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. We'll figure out a way to do that if that's something you guys want to do. And if you'd like to become a patron and be part of that Zoom, because I want to do some things that are for patrons only, because I appreciate you, and maybe we'll figure out a way to also invite in the PayPals. You can go to kevinleefather.com and you can become a patron there. Just give us a song, Kevin. That was the song right there, that do da. It's all I want to say to you. Do da. The meaningless and all that's true. Let's see. Trump now DVD dates with Stormy Daniels. That's actually probably true. 45 lies. Okay, Steph was right. I don't know what Steph said. Steph was the first one to say it in the chat room. I should have remembered, and I should have said, okay, the first one to tell me what the lyric is. She probably said it yesterday too. But yeah, several of you wrote in, and I don't have any prizes worth giving. I can give you a mostly eating piece of French toast pizza. But yeah. Okay, so we'll do the Zoom. Love a Zoom call. Okay. Can you give us a heads up? No. I'm just going to start a Zoom call and not invite anybody. And if you don't like it, too bad. Yeah, we'll make that happen. I also would love to be able to bring in guests, and there's issues with that because of the delay between the broadcast that we're watching and the broadcast going out. But if I can figure out how to do that, we'll make that happen. I was hoping to talk to David to get one of his pugs on the air, and I think that's what the audience really has been demanding. Steph gets a t-shirt. Yeah, Steph. Okay, Joanna, you remember that. You're one of the producers. You're going to get a t-shirt anyway. Well, Steph's going to get a t-shirt anyway because Stephanie Daughter is supposed to be designing the logo, which she said, I think 48 years ago now, was going to happen. So I might have to get somebody else to do that logo. What lyrics, Green Room? Could you just read out the lyrics? Oh, yeah, okay. I think I know the lyrics, but I can pull them up if we have to. But the lyrics are, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. Here's the thing. I've spent time with people who aren't clever. It's not me. I got to have the clever. Eventually the looks fade. And we all begin to sag, but if you can keep that sense of humor and you can find somebody who still fascinates you after 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you've won. So that's my hope for all of you on this July the 4th. Hopefully you found somebody like that, or you will soon. Let's see. Help with logo ideas. Yeah, I have ideas actually. Stephanie, I'll write to you or whatever on the Twitters, and I'll share with you my ideas. I'll draw something up. Okay, 2 weeks. Kevin, quit diverting. 2 weeks. What's 2 weeks? Producer Debbie, what's in 2 weeks? Yes, I will give Stephanie Daughter some base ideas. China. I'm well on the way to sagging, says 45 Lies. We all are. But I'm going to cover it all with my hair. So that's my plan. I'm just going to grow it straight down, and I'm well on the way. Okay, guys, I haven't updated the credits yet, but I will. Maybe that's my task for tomorrow. No broadcasting tomorrow, most likely. I might do a quick Billy Joel Madness because we will have a vote that ends at about 7 p.m., I set it for 24 hours, so it'll be 7:30 if I do broadcast tomorrow. After 7:30 Pacific time, that's 10:30 at night. Green Room, go to bed. I don't know what time it is in Ireland, but thank you for sticking with us so long. Maybe, you know what I should do is I should just ask you for everybody, my patrons. I should send out an email to my patrons saying, come up with logo ideas. Or maybe we'll broadcast at some point and we'll just do logo ideas. Maybe we'll do that on the Zoom call. Boom, that's what it is. Because on Zoom, you could actually draw something and show the camera. I think this is from Kevin Lee Daughter, but yeah, you could do that and we could show the camera. Yeah, that would work. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a Zoom meeting to help with the logo, and then we can pass those ideas on to Stephanie Daughter, who can do something with them. Does that work for you, Stephanie? Rich, you're awesome, apparently. What? You can get the shirt screen printed, Rich? You rock! Producer Rich coming through. Okay, remind me of that. Oh, thank you, Green Room. That's so nice of you to say. I can host the Zoom because I got a subscription. Boom, Producer Joanna coming through. That's why you're the producers. I should make you super producers or something. Super duper producers. Thanks to all the producers. Thanks to all the PayPals. Thanks to all the patrons who make this possible. Thanks to everybody in the Dollar Shame Club. You guys are all wonderful. I do celebrate the fact that we live in a country, some of us, and most of us actually, let's be honest, there's a lot of independent countries out there, but we do celebrate the fact that this is our Independence Day, and we have so many personal freedoms, and with the internet we have even more, and we're able to share them with each other, and so that's a nice thing. I'm just gonna stop talking and just watch you guys chat, because you're much more entertaining than I am. Rich is awesome. At random laughed at Allison, and Allison said, drinking tip, sit up first. That is also true. And everyone's just saying thanks to each other. So you know what I'm going to do, guys? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this up so that the credits can play and you guys can just keep chatting. That's what I'm going to do for you. Give me a second here. How can I do this? You guys keep chatting amongst yourselves. Yeah, I think I can make this work. You guys keep going. You guys keep going. Boom. And one or two of your names might be cut off. But you know what? We're going to live with it. Now your jammies don't match, Allison? Oh. Because you wanted who wanted my jammies? Was it Allison? No, it was Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann, if you're watching, hey guys, if you're watching this still and you're not in the chat room, thank you so much. You don't have to chat with us. Or if you're watching it later, delayed, and like you're Barbara in Belgium and you didn't get a chance to watch live because it's whatever 4 a.m. or whatever it is there, and you're not as dedicated as Green Room Bar and Sun, then thanks for coming along. It's been a fun ride tonight. You guys take care of yourself. Here are the closing credits. You can keep chatting.
Kevin, tell us what you got. Okay, we don't have Kevin.